All right, we wrap up our study of brass instruments this semester with the tuba. The tuba is the principal bass instrument in most ensembles that you'll hear it. The modern bass tuba was, quote, invented around 1835, and the two guys that get credit for this are Wilhelm Wieprecht and Johann Moritz. They were German inventors and musicians, and they get bragging rights over that. You can see some of the fun pictures of the rather large tubas. When they added piston valves to tubas, what it did was it made it easier and possible for tubas to play all of the chromatic notes in the low register. The way the harmonic partial series works, as you go higher, the notes get closer together and it's easy, but you can't play all the low notes. So same thing with all brass instruments. If you add extra tubing, it makes it easier on the low end of the instrument to play all of the notes that are possible. A tuba has a conical bore, much like a horn or a cornet, or like the euphoniums that we looked at last week. And that helps give it its deep, rich tone. The instrument that was invented so you could use the principal bass voice in a marching ensemble was invented by John Philip Sousa together with a music publisher named J.W. Pepper, and they called it the sousaphone. And there are about as many variations on the sousaphone as there are sousaphone players. The ones we have are pretty standard, but there really is no standard. Speaking of standard, there is no standard size for a tuba. They come in many different keys and octaves and sizes, and it's pretty common for a professional tuba player to have 3, 4, maybe 5 different tubas. The important thing to know is that the lowest possible pitch that you can play on any tuba is determined by the length of the instrument. So the fundamental pitch is the lowest open note you can play with no valves. That is solely dependent on the length of the tube. And again, there is no standard size. The two different kinds of valves you'll see on most modern tubas are either a piston valve that goes up and down, like you see on trumpets, or the euphoniums, or rotary valves. They twist to let the air go in and out of the different tubing. And it just comes down to personal preference, which one you like better. Some people prefer the feel of the piston, and some like the rotor. So if you're in a position to buy multiple tubas, you might want to get one of each and give it a try. Or, get a mortgage on your house. That'd be about the same price. The person we're going to listen to play today, his name is Patrick Sheridan. And when he was 20 years old, he won a spot in the tuba section in the President's own U.S. Marine Band. That is one of the most highly sought-after tuba positions in the professional world. He did that for, I think he did a full 20 years. And now he's one of the most highly sought-after performers and teachers in the world. He's currently on faculty at Arizona State University and University of California, Los Angeles. So I don't know how he even manages that, because he's out touring all the time. But when he's in town, he would get a chance to go work with students at those two wonderful universities. He is a very unique individual. I've had the pleasure of working with him a couple of times. We're going to watch him play this wonderful violin solo called the Hora Staccato. Just one second here, and I'll get it queued up for us. And here he is. So, like I said, he's kind of a wild man, as you can tell. He likes to play music that was really not intended for the tuba. But a really fun guy. All of his recordings are outstanding. So if you want to bone up on your tuba skills and your listening, he's a good one to check out. Alrighty. Next week, we'll start looking at keyboard instruments. Keep your seatbelts on.